Okay, so welcome to today's video of Daily Rants. It is June 5th, 2013, according to my clock, which is probably right. Might be off by a couple minutes, but that doesn't really matter. Anyways, so this is going to be a fairly social justice-y rant type thing, and it will probably get away from me and I'll completely forget what I'm talking about, but let's go at it while I still have part of my sanity and other stuff. So, first off, thing that makes me angry, Lewis's Law. It's true, and that is really frustrating. Lewis's Law states, the comments on any article on about feminism justify feminism. Which is, it's true, and that's angrying. Angrying makes me angry. Okay, so, to quote XKCD on this, you are being an asshole. You are not being ironic. You are not cracking everybody up. If you do that, probably shouldn't have flipped the camera off, but okay. Alright, so, next thing. Please stop saying homophobia, because that's not what it is. What it is sexism. So you're saying that because I'm a guy, I can only marry girls. That's sexist. That is pure sexism. And don't try and justify it with the Bible or whatever, because that doesn't work. And don't even try to pull an Orson Scott card and say it's cultural zeitgeist, because that doesn't really work either. When, one, the majority of Americans support gay marriage, and two, well, the cultural zeitgeist thing is pretty much BS in the first place, seeing as I'm a vegetarian and most people aren't, and you guys don't force me to eat meat. If that's a valid metaphor. In this case, meat would be women? I don't know. I'm angry and I don't know what to talk about. There should be something. Nuclear power. Let's talk about nuclear power. I was going to talk about nuclear power last video, but I ended up not talking about nuclear power because I didn't know enough about nuclear power. And I've said nuclear power about 5 times in the past sentence. Anyways, so, nuclear power. The problem with it. The problem with it is that everybody thinks that there's a problem with it, except there isn't really a problem with it. Because the only real nuclear only major nuclear disasters have either been caused by, well, the 3 major ones that I'm thinking of are Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and Fukushima. Chernobyl was the equivalent of a drunk driver. They tried to push the nuclear reactor to its limits to see how far they could go without destroying the nuclear reactor, and they went too far and ended up completely destroying a large portion of Ukraine. Let's see, Fukushima was caused by, well, a hurricane, or typhoon, because it's in Asia, yeah, typhoon. It was caused by a typhoon. Anything would have blown up there, and multiple things did, so I guess that you can't really cite that. And 3 Mile Island, I'll have to get back to you on that one, because I still don't know anything about 3 Mile Island. All that I know is that... No, wait, I don't really know anything. I'll get back to you on 3 Mile Island. Probably next video. I might forget about it, because, this video is already getting away from me. This was supposed to be a social justice rant, and now I'm talking about nuclear power. Speaking of nuclear power and alternative energy, solar power. Everybody's always going on about how solar power is so expensive, but the thing is, it's not anymore. It used to be in the 70s and 80s, but now solar power is so cheap that it can actually compete with coal and natural gas and all that good stuff in certain parts of California. So it's economically viable, and also it's ecologically viable, because the sun's going to hit us anyway. The sun's rays are going to hit us anyways. It doesn't really matter whether there are nuclear... why do I keep saying nuclear? I mean solar panels in a specific area. Besides, all their power is coming from the sun, so you can't really have a solar panel meltdown. I don't think. That would be a weird thing to have. By the way, I'm in a storm shelter because this is going to be my recording area. Gray, dark, Oklahoman, pretty much soundproof. It's mainly the last reason why I'm in here. Also, nobody goes in here, so lots of blankets and stuff for if there's ever a tornado. Alright. That video, yeah, that really did get away from me. I don't know about wind, though. Wind, I'm fairly sure, is still expensive. But nuclear power, but there is a recent survey, recent study, and I can't remember who did it, but it sounded official. That sounded really terrible. I'm going to leave that in because I can't edit videos so far. Hopefully I'm going to be able to eventually. But, there have been multiple studies that have proven that nuclear power actually saves more lives than it has killed. I mean, destroyed lives? You can't say killed lives. This video is... I'm just gonna cut this now before it gets even worse. Alright, I'll see you next time. My name is John, and this has been Daily Rants.